couple of weeks after the American engines arrived, James, Shelbert, Pete, Robin, the Greendale Rocket, and Rheneas were at the coaling yard. The coal depot. "This is ridiculous," exclaimed James. "Oh dear, here we go again," said Rheneas. "These American engines are taking over our jobs. We don't need them here. Why did Mr. Johnson think it would be a good idea to bring them here?" "I don't know," said Pete. "Maybe because we were struggling." Yeah, said Shelbert. "You should be lucky that we even have jobs. We could be in scrapyards being cut up right now." Yeah, said Robin. We're lucky that we have a job here, that we have work. These engines are helping us when we needed it most." "Yeah, don't be such a sourpuss, James," finished the Greendale Rocket. "I'm just saying, it's undignified." I think we should change the subject," said Shelbert. "Yeah, good idea," said Pete. I just realized something. This cooling yard is a lot bigger than the one that the narrow gauge engines used to have. I'm glad that Miss Ciela decided to make this one dual gauge, so then we wouldn't have to, use multiple different buildings for different engines. I hear that they're also deciding to put an oil depot nearby." "Really?" said the Greendale Rocket. "That would be interesting." Just then they heard a whistle, and Louise shot by with the passenger train. "Was that Louise?" exclaimed James. Yeah, I think so," said Shelbert, shucking up. "She's going over the coach limit." "Actually, she's taking an express train. She's going under the limit for that." Just then they heard another whistle, and Luke puffed in from the narrow gauge track. "Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today?" said Luke. All right. "We're doing fine, Luke. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the quarry?" "Actually, Renee, shouldn't you be there as well? With only you two there, the engines at the quarry would need your help." Precisely. Luke is working at the quarry like usual, while I take the other trains. It's not exactly easy for two engines to run a humongous line like ours, but at least ours isn't completely shut down like the mountain railway or the miniature gauge railway. Yeah, I guess. "I'm here to get those coal cars over there. We need it. We're almost out of coal by the quarry." "Wait, there's other coaling stations?" Yeah. Didn't you know that?" said Robin. "No, I didn't," said the Greendale Rocket. "Honestly, I never knew." That just shows how much she knows. "Luke, why are you pulling a rusty tender?" Actually, two rusty tenders. Because with the shortage of narrow gauge freight cars, we need to improvise. So we used a couple of Duke and Bertram's old tenders. Don't exactly do the job, but they work. As soon as Luke left, Thomas pulled in. "Can you believe it?" exclaimed Thomas. I was just sidelined for Louise. I guess that she was pulling an express train, but mine was a guaranteed connection. She completely forgot my passengers. That's not right, said Robin. See, I told you. I told you this was going to happen. They don't care about our schedule. They're going to take over. I wouldn't go that far, James, said Thomas. Oh, you should probably get going. With those coaches coming from, well, wherever they're coming from, you might want to get those quick. We need it. I feel like he has a feeling it's going to be Annie and Clarabelle. And that's the only reason why he cares, because he knows as soon as they come, he gets to have them all the time. And then he has 2 coaches again. Well, they are his. Technically, they didn't have his permission to take them in the first place, said Robin. Well, like Thomas said, they should be here any minute, so I should get going. James arrived at the docks. He found it to be extremely busy. Cranky had been moved to a farther part, and 3 of the 4 dock engines were at the dock and were at one part of the docks instead of being spread out. Ah, James, you must be here for your shipment. These pieces of scrap just came in. Well, at least that front one. Falling apart. Probably won't be staying here for too long. Don't get used to it. Boy, treat those coaches with respect. They are British-built London, Brighton, and South Coast Railway coaches. Do not disrespect them, Simon scolded. I'll do as I please, said number 15, and whooshed steam. James glared at him. Typical. Mr. Johnson's American engines are rude as heck. Speaking of Mr. Johnson, I haven't seen him for a while now. Yeah, me either, said Big Tim. I'm glad I haven't met him, said a black American engine sitting beside James. Oh, you haven't? I thought you were one of his engines. That's why I didn't say hi to you. No, I came in with those coaches. I'm a new engine that Miss Ciela bought from the American Railway. Well, Railroad. I'm Uncle Smedley. Nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you too, said James. Well, I should probably turn around so I can take those coaches. Wait a second, is that Annie and Clarabelle? Yep, it sure is. And a coach that they found on a place called Misty Island, I think? Don't quote me, but yeah. Well, if they're from Misty Island, they better not be trouble like Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand, James thought. And with that, James backed into a siding, so he let Big Tim go. Finally, I can get those flats for that urgent shipment. Well, Dominic seems to be in a hurry. Mind you, these docks are pretty much as busy as the docks at Southampton, so I'm not surprised. Anyways, I should probably turn around. A little bit later, after James turned around and filled up with water, he coupled up to the coaches. Once they were all coupled up, James puffed away with them. James left them in the yards and then puffed away. and Thomas was called in to take Annie and Clarabelle away. Leaving the last coach all by himself. A week went by, and the coach sat there. None of the other diesel shunters talked to it, and it didn't talk to any of them. All it did was look at its buffers, sadly. Till one day Paxton was called in to take him out. Well, hello there, I'm Paxton. Who might you be? The coach didn't say anything. Oh, you don't have to be afraid to tell me your name. You don't have to be afraid to speak. The coach yet again didn't say anything. Do you have a name? The coach just shook its head. Ah, I see, you're nameless. Alright, I'm gonna give you a name then. How about Rolly? The coach didn't say anything. Alright, Rolly it is. Rolly was given to Ryan, and Ryan set off. Now, the thing is that Rolly wasn't supposed to leave the yards, given specific instructions that he was supposed to stay there until he could be fixed up, as his brakes were worn and he wasn't suitable for passengers. But Mr. Johnson insisted that Ryan took him. Ryan was enjoying his trip with Rolly until he saw that the long head was broken. He applied his brakes, but it was no good. Him and Rolly crashed. Exclaimed Ryan. Why didn't you stop me? Rolly said nothing. A little while later, Brewster arrived with the crane to clean up the mess. And then he shunted Ryan into the sheds.